Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is why the media continues to disrespect Kawhi Leonard. So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also be on the lookout for our Dreamerspro Premium Community, which is coming out February 1st. And also be on the lookout for Dreamerspro.com, which we're working on as well. So anyway, let me get into the topic here. Now, the Clippers have been a pretty interesting story this season. They've kind of flown under the radar all season long. Starting off the season, they had a pretty tough schedule. Playing the Lakers and the Nuggets not back to back, but consecutively. On opening night, they had to play the Lakers, which was a game they were able to win, but it was a test for them, right? But the real test was to see how they were going to play the Denver Nuggets. Christmas Day, they went out there, they played the Nuggets, and they beat them. I thought those were pretty two good statement wins. Now, it didn't mean that they're going to win the NBA title, but what we do know for a fact is that had they lost, oh my God, they would have been like, man, this team, they took a step back, blah, 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 blah. Y'all know the conversation, right? Is it fair? No. Is it par for the course? Yes, because it's what always happens, right? I don't think the Clippers are the first team to go through this. Now, last season, Kawhi Leonard has some supporters in the media. Ironically, Skip Bayless was one of them, although he was in the past not a big Kawhi Leonard supporter. He was, and he wasn't, and now he is. And then you have Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman would be the guy on ESPN First Take that really stood up for Kawhi. Said Kawhi Leonard is the man, this and this and this and this and this and this. Now, when he lost in the playoffs, when he had that poor Game 7, because really that was the bad game that he had, which everybody had a bad game, and then he had one too, and he couldn't put on his cape, and then before you know it, they were out of that series. He had his bad game. Max Kellerman jumped off the train. Skip Bayless remained on the train, right? Then Shannon Sharps and the Laker fans came out of the woodworks, especially Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp made it seem like it was personal, and they just started going at Kawhi Leonard, right? Like in a really hard way. I think Shannon Sharp went a little bit too far. I think Shannon Sharp was a little bit too obnoxious. I think Shannon Sharp was acting like a fan, but like a casual fan, like one of these guys that wears Laker jerseys to games and then just like goes out there and cusses at people on the floor. I think Shannon Sharp was a little bit too much for the level that he is, the age that he is to have been behaving like that on TV. I think it was a little bit much, right? But then again, Skip Bayless does the same thing. He'll be banging on the desk. Some people may say it's entertainment, whatever it is, that's them, right? If I was on TV, I would celebrate, but not to that degree. I wouldn't be obnoxious about it, but that's them. Now, going into this season, the media already kind of had their preseason favorites, like early season favorites for MVP. One of them was Luka Doncic. Another one was LeBron James. Some people had Stephen Curry. Some people had KD, barring his health. But in all of those, no one mentioned Kawhi Leonard, right? It's like, this guy, is he even in the league? You never hear Stephen A. Smith mention him, right? Stephen A. Smith seems to have all these questions about Kawhi. He doesn't have any questions about James Harden and these guys, but he has all these questions about a two-time NBA champion, right? The media has all this, all these questions about him. And Kawhi Leonard and his team have gotten off to a hot start. If I read you Kawhi Leonard's numbers this season, Kawhi Leonard has always been a great shooter. I think he's probably averaged a 50, 40, 90 season in the past. He did. 50, 40, 87. This season, Kawhi Leonard is having a 50, 40, 90 season. He's averaging 26 points per game, 50% from the field, shooting 50% from the field, 42% from the three, 90% from the free throw line, getting you 5.4 rebounds, a career high, and 5.7 assists, and 2 steals per game. In my opinion, I think he's one of the leading candidates for Defensive Player of the Year and MVP, early season MVP. His team has won 7 games in a row. They've beaten at least 7 above 500 teams with the Blazers, the Lakers, the Nuggets, I think the Spurs, the Warriors. They've beaten a lot of good teams in their run. And somehow, some way, Kawhi Leonard, whenever they mention MVP, he never gets brought up in the conversation. And I continue to ask myself, what is really going on? Especially with the Stephen A. Smiths. Now, Stephen A. Smith, right? If you ask him who's the MVP, I think he has his mouth on like automatic. The first thing he's going to say is Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant we all know KD is an amazing player, top 3 player in the NBA, having an amazing season, shooting, averaging 30 points per game, 10.6 rebounds, and 5.8 assists, right? KD is also having a 50-40, 86% from the free throw line season. So KD is also extremely efficient, getting you 1.4 steals, 1.4 blocks. No one is disputing that, right? No one is disputing that. However, if we're going to look at individual performances, then you can throw up any number, because Kawhi Leonard is having a more efficient shooting season than KD, although KD is averaging more points. Kawhi Leonard is the better defender. I don't even think that's even in dispute. However, if you look at team success, Kawhi's team is doing better than KD's team. The Brooklyn Nets have an 11-8 record. The Clippers having a 13-4 record. And they've played a lot of tough teams. The Nets recently dropped Brooklyn Nets recently dropped 2 games in a row to the Cavs, right? I haven't seen that type of drop off from the Clippers. I don't even think the Clippers have lost 2 games in a row this season, if I'm not mistaken. They may have, but I'm not sure. And in all of this, Kawhi Leonard never gets mentioned. Why? Why do they continue to overlook this guy? What is going on? Now, some people say, listen, it's because of his personality. He's not marketable. He's not, he doesn't talk a lot. He's not out there in the media a lot. You don't get a lot of sound bites from him. Hold on a minute. Kawhi Leonard was drafted by the Indiana Pacers, trade to the Spurs. Fine. He started his career playing with the Spurs. Excuse me, but did Tim Duncan not play for the Spurs? Is Tim Duncan not one of the most quote-unquote boring NBA superstars ever? Tim Duncan has 2 regular season MVP awards. 2. In 2002 and 2003. So we're not going to use the argument of him not being outspoken and say, oh, that's the reason why he's not going to win. He's not winning an MVP award because he's not outspoken. I don't even think I've ever seen a Tim Duncan commercial. That's not going to fly. It has nothing to do with whether or not he's outspoken. That has nothing to do with that. In the past, Kawhi Leonard has not deserved the regular season MVP award because he missed so many regular season games. As a Kawhi Leonard fan, as Kawhi Leonard being my current favorite basketball player, right? Currently, he did not deserve it. Listen, if a guy is playing just as good as you, but he's playing more than you, why would we reward you over that guy? Giannis absolutely deserved to win the regular season MVP. His team had a great record these last 2 years, and he plays almost all the games in front of him. There's no way I would reward Kawhi Leonard over these guys. That's not even fair, right? I'm not one of these type. I'm not a delusional fan. Like some fans take it too far. I'm not in that circus, right? However, if we're talking about this season, if you're looking at early season candidates, because we're almost 20 games in, almost a quarter of the season in, or about a quarter of the season in, close to a quarter season in, how is his name not being mentioned? And you're bringing up the KDs of the world and all these. How is this guy not being? Some people are talking about Joel Embiid. Good for Joel Embiid. He's having a good season. Kawhi is having a better season. And his team is having more success. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn Joel Embiid. It should be either LeBron James. I'm talking about the top 2. LeBron or Kawhi, and then you pick whoever else you want to put in the top 3. I'm not even going to waste my brain, cracking my brain trying to think of who that third guy is. But I've seen the media heap praise on lesser players like the James Hardens of the world and the Anthony Davises of the world, right? I've seen Stephen A. Smith jump up on TV and hail Anthony Davis and, put him over his shoulders and carry him like a baby and say, oh, AD's the man. AD's the man. He's everything. 25 and 40 and 30. But son, what is his record? Now, we're not going to mention that, right? We're not going to mention that. Stephen A. Smith gets to get away with a lot of things on TV. A lot. Max Kellerman does not push back hard enough on him. I don't know if Max has been told, like, listen, this is Stephen A. Smith's show. I know Stephen A. Smith on occasion has said, hold on, bro, this is my show. Maybe he tries to kind of play that power thing, but you got to call him out on his nonsense. If it's not a personal attack, call him out. Just like the other day when Max Kellerman said Aaron Rodgers choked, and he said, let me repeat it. I'll say it again. Aaron Rodgers choked. That's the type of pushback Max Kellerman has. But unfortunately, Max Kellerman is just one of these guys that goes with the wind. If Kawhi Leonard wins the NBA championship, he's going to be back on. He's going to say, I was wrong about Kawhi Leonard, right? That's the type of person Max Kellerman is. Skip Bayless, however, Skip Bayless will cuss you out. Like, I've seen him do it. So For me, I think the media is not giving this guy enough credit. I don't know what he has to do. I don't know what needs to happen. Do the Clippers need to go on a 50-game winning streak? I don't know what has to happen for this guy to get some damn respect. And some people are saying, well, it's his personality. I think it has nothing to do with his personality, to be quite honest with you. It's not a vanity contest, right? It's like it's not the high school prom king or queen we're trying to win here. We're talking about who's playing the best with the most team success. And Kawhi Leonard, for some reason or another, keeps being disrespected this season. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about right now. Right now, he should be one of the leading candidates for a regular season MVP. And for some reason, I don't hear his name being mentioned at all. And I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen. Anyway, what I want to know from you guys is, do you think that what I'm saying is true, or do you completely disagree? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Again, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the next video that we have coming up. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.